Hello everyone, and welcome to another Joe Locke style Tai Chi class. Normally I do a wee tiny talk at the beginning of the special health focus class, but we were chatting away before class about all these really cool things that are very good for your memory, like chia seeds and beetroot juice and pomegranate juice. And I just wanted to mention that right now, if you're watching this recording, got lots going on here, sorry, lots going on. It's a really good time to gather rose hips you can make rose hip syrup, or I make rose hip vinegar, which is really high in vitamin C. It's lovely. You can just chop up your rose hips, take out the seeds, chop them up and stick them in vinegar and stick them in a cupboard for a few weeks, or a few months. And then you can strain it out and get really nice vitamin C rich vinegar. And it's a great time to gather nettle seeds. Make sure the nettle seeds are black and they're really high in iron, so a really nice natural iron supplement. So you can gather them up, put them in brown paper envelopes and on their sides and just let them dry out thoroughly, and then bottle them up and pop them like iron tablets. And very, very useful. So we have our guest teacher here waiting very patiently, and a cat not being patient, wanting out. He has to wait till rush hour is over. So let's get started. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for joining us, Willem. Thank you for joining us. Let's take right hand in fist, please. Left hand straight, pulling back the thumb. Feet together, hands together, and press forwards. Yes, and ha. Very good. Okay, folks, so let's just do a little bit of rotation. And let's link the fingers together and rotate at the wrists. Good. And change direction. Oh no, he's eating your trousers. Good, shaking out brand new trousers, and they go to the cat. There we go. On the other side, please. It's kind of cute. Yeah. He came up to me one time when I was knitting and just very happily chewed through the yarn. Oh dear. Change direction, please.
He's been asking out over the last half hour, or 10 or 20 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
He's getting gradually more persistent.
Good, let's shake out. Very good. Onto the knees, please. Let's open the stance. Bring the hands down to just above the knees or onto the kneecaps themselves. If it hurts your back, you can always stay straight. So there's a few ways to do it. Gently does it. And let's change direction. Breathe. As you can see, I put an emphasis on warm-up. Especially as we get a little older, if you're not a teenager anymore, it's so important. Bring the feet together. It prevents injury, it strengthens, and it just wakes up your system. So if you do nothing else from day to day Tai Chi wise, do a Tai Chi warm-up. It will definitely help. Very good. Change direction. You can see we're always circling, spiraling, and this encourages the energy to wrap around the body, not just flow up and down the meridians. Let's stretch. We're going to open our stance, and we're going to aim for a squat. Just go as far as you can comfortably, but each time try going a little bit lower. If you're concerned about falling, obviously just do what you can. And you can always have some cushions behind you just in case. But let's grasp the hands together. We're going to sit back and down. Good, and come up. Keep the knees tracking in line with the toes. but try not to let the knees go beyond the toes. Can you see there in the side view with Willem that he's got long, long legs, but his knees are staying in line with the toes? If you can, tuck your head in this time, cup your head in your hands, and breathe. The more you relax, the easier it will be to breathe. See if you can find your balance in the position. Letting go through it, feel the stretch. And keeping the head down now, bring your hands down and slowly stretch your legs. So you'll end up bent forwards from the hips. You can place your hands to the floor, or if you can't reach, bring your hands to your ankles or legs. But we're going to just bend the knees a little bit on the in-breath, and as you breathe out, gently stretch your legs. And again, breathing in and out. One more time, breathing in and out. Good. Let's gently wrap over to one side. Keep relaxing, letting go into the stretch. Wrap to the other side. Good, coming back to center. Now we're going to soften the knees, tuck the tail, and very gently from the base of your tail, start to walk up. One vertebrae at a time, stacking the vertebrae, one on top of the other, and leaving the head down until last. Very gently rolling up until you're standing upright and release, relax down into your belly. And let's just stand for a few moments and breathe and allow the system to recover. Good, and that brings us nicely onto our four corners, feeding into the four corners, just taking the knees off the lock. Now, inversions, as in hanging upside down or being upside down, are incredibly good for you. They're very good for the blood pressure, as long as your blood pressure isn't completely off. If it is, that might be a problem. If you have hypotension, sometimes you can feel really quite faint as you rise. It's called postural hypotension. So if that's the case, be careful. And if you have very high blood pressure, you have to coordinate with your doctor. Pills may be involved, but just check with them if forward bends are right for you. Good, keep breathing. But from the point of view of mental health, getting a nice blood supply to the brain, getting oxygen to the brain, it's really useful for mental acuity, shall we say, to do inversions, to hang upside down, or if you can do headstands, shoulder stands, anything like that where you're actually upside down. It's very good for the brain. Good, let's change direction. Famously, Yehudi Menuhin did yoga, and he would do a 10-minute headstand directly before he would come out and play in concerts. That's impressive, I think. I can't do a headstand. Willem started to try and teach me. Maybe one day.
If you do your homework.
If I do my homework, yes. Very good. But within Tai Chi, we don't have headstands. Maybe, Shaolin type stuff, they would do. But what we just did is about as much as we do for inversions. Good, all right, let's come back to center, please. We're going to row our boat, drawing in and releasing. Think of your dantian drawing all the fibers in, so everything's just getting a little bit smaller, and then it's releasing. Good, and again, a little bit smaller and releasing. And we're going to add the waist twist to that. So we're looking back and release, and draw in, look back, and release. To the other side, and release. Good, so drawing in, again to the other side, everything's contracting, but the twist actually counterpoints that and gently extends the fibers. Good, one at a time, one little bit faster now. Good, lovely. And let's add a wee bit of footwork. If you have room, we're going to step to the side and bring the other foot behind. And the foot behind is really, if you can see that, you're pressing the balls of the foot into the floor, which gives you a bit of purchase, it helps you balance. And you're twisting over your front leg. On the other side, step and twist. So just one at a time, step and twist. Look over your shoulder. If you are concerned about balance, you can sit into the position a little bit more. Stay upright. Very nice, well done. Back to center. And let's do a swing. Up and over. With a wee bounce. And change direction. You can start with a smaller circle and build it up. If you have any injuries or restrictions, obviously you have to work within your comfortable range. Good, and stretch to the sides. Let's roll the elbows round in a circle. And I want you to get as big a movement as you can comfortably. So really see, can you get your elbows to join at the front? Can you get your shoulder blades to meet at the back? Can you reach behind and connect? Really see how far you can go. Most of the time in Tai Chi, we only go to 70% of our capability, but in warm-up, in stretching, we can really just push the boat just a little bit. Go back to your circles. Good, and let's take one at a time, turning the waist. Keep the breath flowing. Good, changing direction. Give the hands a little bit of energy as well, stretching the fingers. Feels very different. Lovely, all right, relax down. And just the shoulders with maybe a little bounce. Very nice, change direction. One at a time. Think of the two shoulders as one line. So you're not just circling one, circling the other. The two work as a team. Yin and yang, change direction. Good, I realize I'm far away. Here we go, that's better. Good, and let's take a deep breath and lift. And drop. Good, and again. One more time. Good, all right, little circle with the head, we lengthen up. We're going to do just a half circle from shoulder to shoulder. Rolling in front and breathe. Try to keep the shoulders level. Really deeply relaxing exercise. Now, if you don't have bone wasting issues or high blood pressure, you can try circling round the back. Half circle. One side to the other. If you do have any bone wasting issues, osteoarthritis, anything like that, you can leave this exercise out. Also, maybe even high blood pressure, leave it out. Good. Okay, let's roll around to the front and slowly float up. When you're ready, take your time and relax down into your center. Beautiful, well done, easing from your stance. Now, Willem, would you lead open door 5 for me? Would that be okay? I feel terribly guilty asking him. Thank you. I'm going to step aside. Thank you.
Open door 5. Let's start with the feet shoulder width. Feet equal, they can be out a little bit or straight, as long as they're the same. And just take a moment first to stand in healthy posture. Legs quite straight, chest quite up, keep the head up. No Tai Chi yet, just healthy standing. Breathing. As you breathe in, you can feel to the top of the head. And as you breathe out, you can feel down the center line through the body. Connecting heaven and earth. Excuse the cat. And we're slowly gonna soften the body, releasing the knees, relaxing the chest, feeling into the fingertips. Check in with all 10 of the fingertips. Getting ready. Make sure the eyes are open. And let's begin. Massaging the kidneys. Let's do this twice. One more time, expand, sit back, push forward. And a closing movement. Let's also do twice, like rowing the boat. Bring the energy into the chest and relax. One more time. And the hands level with belly button. Dantian on top of Dantian. Relax the body. And slowly release. Draw the head up. Allow the arms to release. Stand up. And come out. Thank you. Hi, cat.
He's the superstar of this. Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
welcome.
Okay, so let's go once through the Phoenix, and then we'll spend the rest of our class looking at the end of the Immortals form. We may finish it today. Master Lock's movements are very rich in detail. There's lots going on. So I don't want to rush it, but we might get there. So let's all go through the Phoenix together once first. Do you want to do it with me, Willem, or you want to break? Okay, good. Should we put you in the sitting room?
You'll be all right.
Okay. All right, if you'd step forwards for me a wee bit.
Good enough?
Thank you. Are we ready, folks? We bring the heels together, the toes slightly apart. We float the top of the head up, releasing the spine gently down, chin slightly down and back. Just take a few moments to calm. Pressing all the fingers down towards the floor. Let's begin. Very good, lovely. Good stuff. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that. Once you know a form, or rather once you've learned it, then it really is a lifetime of use, you know, that you practice the form, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a friend or a comfortable, what's the word, habit, that it gives great comfort in doing it. It's sort of, it's familiar, it's like a lullaby, you know, it just rocks your system into a state of peace and balance and equilibrium, especially this form, which is designed to bring your organs all into harmony and bring the energy into harmony in the body. So please keep practicing. I think one of the saddest things that happens in the West when we practice Tai Chi, and possibly in the East as well, is that at the beginning is that people learn a form and then they go, oh, well, I've got that now, what's next? You know, it's like, they don't need to practice that, I've learned that now. But that's such a waste, you know, it's like learning how to play Rachmaninoff's fifth and then not practicing it after you've gone to all that effort. So the joy unfolds once you have got the basics. And as you practice, actually, it leads you into deeper understanding of the practice. So the choreography is just a surface level. All the learning of Tai Chi then is experienced through practicing that choreography. So don't be fooled. We're just at the start of the journey. Keep at it, please. Having said that, let us now move on to the Immortals form. Okay, so should we maybe take it in turns to do this?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a rest first, and I'll do it? Okay. So let's go through, folks, and we'll go through until last week we had done our pressing and our jump kick, but we didn't jump. So we did our balances. So I'm trying to remember how to get into it. We've done our, this is all Immortal fishing toe.
Up to here.
Yeah, up to there, yes. And then this is the beginning of overseeing, it takes me far away, overseeing territory. So we cross, roll it round, you know that move, and left gathers, elbow over knee, and we step down, and right gathers, bringing it in, elbow over knee. We step down and step back to the diagonal and split. And I think that's actually the beginning, is it, of Immortal Sacred Sword. So that's your start point of Sacred Sword. But it's a nice place to finish. I don't really want you to stand on one leg and stop. Okay, let's go from the beginning to there. We'll maybe do that a couple of times just to get you into the way of it, and then we'll look at Immortal Sacred Sword or problem shoot any issues. Okay, so from the beginning, please. I'm going to actually try to get as close to you as I can. Ready? Lengthening up, chin down and back, relaxing through the spine, through the body, through the legs, into the floor. calming down. Let's press the fingers down. And start. I'm just going to come closer to you. Ready? Good. And close. Ooh. Good. Well, hopefully that jangled the old brain cells. We were talking at the very beginning of class briefly about mental acuity and keeping the brain ticking over, helping avoid or at least slow down the onset of the likes of dementia and Alzheimer's. Well, hey, many scientific studies have shown that actually learning Tai Chi and practicing Tai Chi in itself is very good for that. And hopefully you can see why. Because there's a lot going on. You're having to coordinate with your whole body. You're keeping a map of the whole form in your head, but you're also engaging on a much more internal level with interacting, feeling, experiencing, and letting go of whatever's going on inside. So it's an internal journey. We call Tai Chi an internal martial art. Some folks have gone, oh, does that mean that you're fighting your demons inside or something? Well, partly, I suppose. You're dealing with things on a very deep level. You're listening, you're feeling, you're letting go. And all of that makes for a lovely, shiny brain, very happy entire system. But the brain is the sort of, yes, cognitive aspect. Good. So Willem, are you happy to go once through? Let's have another round thus far, and then we'll look at our Immortal Sacred Sword. Okay, ready? Tiger it.
Once more, get ready. Calm down. And let's begin.
Beautiful, and rest. Lovely. Good stuff, folks. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Willem. That was excellent because it gave me a chance to actually have a look at you. And I was really pleased. It was very good. There are a few wee details along the road that I'd like to clarify. The first one is in Taming the Flood, and that's from here. I want to see your right hand. You're on your right foot and your right hand is piercing forwards. As you turn in, you're turning in your toes, but you're also turning in your fingers. So your palm is facing up above your head, kind of like you're holding a tray flat above your head. So from here, turning the toes and turning the hand, palm is facing up, and then turning on the heel, bringing the arm, it's kind of wrapping round in front. So as you step down with your right foot, your arms are crossed, and then into your expand. So you were getting the footwork, which is great, that's the most important part, but the arms weren't quite going up enough, so be careful with that. Let's do it together, shall we?
Yeah.
So from our piercing, toes in, fingertips in, palm above the head, then turning on your left foot heel, feeding the weight onto the left, stepping down underneath with the right, and then expand. Good. Okay, very good. Let's just do it a couple more times just to lock it in. Ready? Turning right side in, palm facing up above the head, turning on the left heel, stepping underneath right, and expand. Beautiful. One last time, please. Let's go forwards a wee bit, please. That's all right. You're okay. Ready?
Taking all the space.
You're fine. Long legs. Ready? So we turn right toes in, right hand up. Ready? Up. And turn and step and expand. Good stuff. And rest. Well done. Okay. So another wee detail I'd like just to clean up is your bending flower stalk. It's this half step principle. Sometimes you'll take a full step, but quite often, especially in Master Locks forms, you take a step and you follow with a half step, and that can be forwards or back. And it's really important that when we do the half step, we differentiate between a half step and a full step close. So I don't want to see that's different. If you do it for me now, just in yourself, try stepping and coming halfway in and step back and come halfway back and place the foot down. And now try stepping and closing completely. Off you go. Step and close. Do you feel the difference? It's horrible, actually, isn't it? It's like, oh, your sort of strength, your foundation is pretty much shot. As soon as you close completely, there's no kind of purchase. You know, it's in itself, it's fine, but that's a opening or closing position. It shouldn't hardly ever happen within the form. So let's try step back and close completely, and you'll feel it again. Oh. It's like you have to kind of work just to stay upright. So try again now. We take a step and half step. So it's like a little nudge. The way I sometimes teach it, sorry, it's a little bit graphic, but you can imagine that you've brought your knickers down around your ankles. So if you try to take a step forwards, the knicker elastic pulls and you go halfway in. It has that sort of one go, so the other has to follow. But you can still have that little range of movement. I know it's really graphic, but sometimes these graphic pictures really help you remember a particular aspect to the form. So let's try it. So we're going to take a step and follow and...
It's hard to get it out of my head.
Yes,
now.
sorry about that. Are you ready? We go step, half step, plant the foot. Very good. And back. Step, half step. Good. And forwards. step, half step, and back. Step, half step. Excellent. I think you get the idea. So now let's put it into our bending flower stalk.
Don't get your knickers in a twist.
No, exactly. All right, so bending flower stalk starts with, where does it start?
From the end of the Immortals.
Thank you. Okay. So we're going to come across and split. I'm going to follow Willem here. Yes. And
Oh, this is actually coming
yeah.
into empty stance.
Let's go before it, because it's very, very
Yeah.
difficult to go straight into a move. So let's do the move before it. So yes,
This
that's
one.
it.
Uh,
Okay, are we ready? So we're back and split. No, yes. And step, half step, plant the foot. There we go, we did it. Now left over right, scoop. We're going to step back through and in, and that's a half step onto empty stance. So you're not flattening your foot. It's on the ball of the foot, not the tips of the toes, but the ball. And then another step, half step. Ready? Step, bounce. Good, relax down, up and over, and step back. Good. So you have a few times in that one step, you've got this principle of step, half step. Of course, you've also got the step through.
The angle might make it difficult to see, so if we step half step here, you can see. But if it's the other foot, step, half step, yeah, it might look like the feet are very close together. But if I do to the side, it's step, half step. It's maybe just the angle that makes the feet close together.
I tell you what, to avoid visual noise, I'm going to step out. Would you mind doing it and doing it sideways on? Now remember, in the form we're doing it to the diagonal, but as Willem says, it's, you look and go, but you closed. But it's just a foreshortening issue. So I'm going to get out of the way, and Willem will.
Sorry, on the diagonal or on this?
Do it on the side, just
yeah.
so that you can see clearly. Okay.
Yeah. So let's do again the last couple of moves from 8 Immortals, crossing the sea. That's number 7. And number 8. From here, let's go. Left arm comes under. Into empty stance, split the hands, step, half step, push, left hand over right, half step back, or open back, step through, half step in, empty stance, and step, half step. Bring the hands back, step through, left foot, and sit. Up to there.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That's actually already the first part of the next one.
Yeah. Could you do it again a couple more times?
That's still part of flower stalk, isn't it? Yeah,
I think so.
it is. Yeah.
A couple more times.
Yeah, a couple more times. So from Immortals crossing the sea, number 7, number 8, and empty stance. Step, half step, open to the back, steps through, empty stance, step, half step, step through, big stance, settle down. Good.
Very nice. Once more for luck. Maybe this time just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, nice and slow, but no commentary, please. Very good. Very nice. Okay, so it's not an exact science. Sometimes you might find that when you push, actually the back foot might go a little bit closer. That's okay, don't worry about that. Just think the knicker elastic has pulled you a wee bit further, but just make sure you differentiate. It's not here. And you'll feel it. It feels like a full stop if you close, whereas it feels like a kind of a running sentence with a comma if you do your half step. Very good. Okay, the last section of the form that you've learned so far was a little bit rough, but I think that's okay. You're still new to it. So I'd like to, we'll go over it more next week, but I'd like to do as I said just before we finish and have a little look at our Immortal Sacred Sword. And this is your last spin. And the good news is that it pretty much finishes exactly where it starts. It's a full 360-degree turn. And you might be thinking, that's not good news. But the good news is, because of that, you can leave it out. So if you really don't like the spin, if you don't have space, if you're concerned about kicking the furniture or the dog, you can just leave it. But have a wee watch. Okay, so we have done, what have we done? We've done here, and we've done our balance, and step down and balance, squeeze, stamp, step, and split. So we're stepping to the diagonal, and as always with Master Lock, we want to sit back a little bit. Make sure you're filling your back and your front feels empty, and you're kind of gripping this ball between your arms and your legs. Everything is nice and connected. Good. So now we're going to curl the hands into fists and draw towards your left leg. So the right hand is coming across, right hand towards the left foot, and the left hand, basically the arm is quite upwards, it's quite straight up. Good, now we're going to lift the right arm up and lower the left arm down and feed into the right foot. And we're going to lift the right toes and turn a little bit as we feed in. So we're turning on the ball, which has pressure to keep our balance, on the heel, the ball of the heel. And we're going to press the right fist down and lift the left fist up. And as we do that, feed onto the right, release the left, and let it spin you round to return to where you were. Good. And sink in and back so you have this lovely rotation of the ball. So if you just watch us, please. It's very difficult to do it in slow motion in the stride. Thank you. Okay. So we have done our balance, step down. You did very well to follow that in slow motion. Step and sit back and down. So we gather into fists, turning the ball, feeding into the right, turning into the right, release the left foot and step down. Good. Now personally, I turn on the balls of my foot, the front rather than the heel. Do you turn on the balls of your foot?
Yeah, maybe a bit of both.
Just get round. But the key to getting round is to maintain your structure. So if you're trying to get various body parts round, you will fail. You just keep your structure. You are moving because you're doing this, which actually helps you to turn while keeping your body upright. This is happening. But you maintain the structure, and it's actually very little effort will get you round. So watch again from here. Make fists, gather to the left, turning, feeding, right down, left up, spin, drop. Yeah? Something to think about. We will look at it in more detail next week, but we are actually out of time here, but at least we touched on it. As I say, if you just go, do you know what? No, that's okay. As I say, you can just leave it out and watch as I finally show you the movement leaving out the turn. So there you go, that's it. You just stay there. You might finish making fists. So you can just hold it, or you can come across.
If you want, you can do just.
Yeah, come across and yeah. So yeah, why not? You can do the arms. So come across, right hand underneath, make fists, circle right up, left under, and rotate. And there you are. Yeah. So you can just leave it out altogether and make fists, or actually that's nicer, isn't it? And that prepares you then for the spin kick. Good. Notice it's a low kick. It's down here, it's not something up there. Let's finish. Hope I haven't put you off. So, moving from center. It's a lovely one. Master Lock is a Bagua teacher. I stress this because his Tai Chi choreography has something of the Bagua flavor about it. It has a lot of rotations, which makes a powerful, energetic spiral. When you spin your body, you twine your energy around, and that makes you more powerful. Good, down the legs, knees, lower legs, ankles and feet, and up the body. Good. If you cup your hands, you get a really nice noise over the shoulders. Good, and back to center. Lovely, let's just do a little bounce or heel tap if it's comfortable. Let all your joints go nice and loose and soft and wobbly. All the wobbly bits wobble. Good, and stand. Feel into your body. Breathe into the sensations. And let's guide that energy back to center. Overlap the two center points of the hands, the Lao Gong to the Dan Dian. Breathing into center. Feel your energy is stronger. Good, and we're going to do the Qigong salute to finish. So we're going to bring our feet together, lengthen through the top of the head and hinging from the hips. We salute, Xie Sang Hao, La Shi Hao. Very good, folks. I hope you have enjoyed your class. It's lovely to have you all with me. Thank you for joining. Keep practicing, and
We'll let the cat out.
We'll let the cat out. Don't forget to like and share this video or subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you, folks. See you next time.